Good evening, I am the Expert Layman, and I am going to be doing an update on Smite Spec for Prepatch and leveling in Wrath of the Lich King. Checking a couple of things here. See if my stream is actually going. It does not appear to be going. It says it's excellent. But and I have audio, okay. Things didn't change that much. Smite is not that different, but the talents you have to choose are quite a bit different. Well, not that much different. First thing I'm going to do is I'll go through the talent changes. I need to bring up talents. Okay, they move some things around, but you're pretty much grabbing the same stuff. In Holy, I grabbed this because I like to still be able to heal well, and if you get into trouble, it's nice to have not get pushed back as hard. Renew is nice just for keeping yourself going. Crits on Holy spells, always nice. And the reduced casting time of Smite, Holy Fire, Heal, and Greater Heal spells is also nice. I didn't really have a great other place to put these points, but Desperate Prayer is kind of nice, especially when you mix it with, which I have it macroed to go off on the same time as Lifeblood, which isn't a whole lot, but you put the two of them together, it's not too bad, and they do not share cooldown, so you can pop them at the same time. Reach is very nice, especially Holy Nova area. I thought that they killed Holy Nova for some reason, but they just took it out of the tree and gave it to all priests. Damage. Smite, Holy Fire, Holy Nova, and Penance. In my opinion, it's not really worth going all the way down to Penance, but because there are basically no real damage abilities once you get past Enlightenment and Focus Power. But this is still critical because it's a spirit stack build, and I always prioritize spirit even more than whether the piece was healing over damage or like symmetrical damage and healing. 5% on spirit is very nice, and it's nice if you go down, even if you're DPSing, that you can basically heal everybody pretty well. This is still nice. Surge of Light. But that's as far as I go into Holy. And then here, this is just really nice. Damage and healing, 5%. Reduced threat is nice. Not another great place to put this, but this is still nice because it also increases your stamina, that is new. And 50% of your mana regen while casting, or while you're casting, is very nice. It's 25%, but, you know, it's nice to open with and keep in your back pocket in case you run out. The improved power word shield is nice for, like, soloing, makes your bubble a little bit stronger. This is mostly nice for your Holy Nova spam and for your renews. Again, this is focused on a leveling in Wrath of the Lich King spec, to where you can kill stuff very quickly, and you can heal the crap out of yourself. This does a fair amount of damage. If you're going to be bubbling anyway, so you don't have to have any spell pushback, you may as well be hitting them. Wasn't a really great place for these points, so I put them here. But also, I may want to grab Power Infusion as I'm leveling. Spirit and Haste is very nice. Up your power shield a little bit more often, and and costs a little bit less. Another damage and healing, and Master Spell is almost instant. It's only a half-second cast. Yeah, you can do Master Spell fast. Oh, I gotta turn it down. It's picking up on my mic. But those are the talents. And as far as gear, I have basically almost all the best gear you can get for the spec, and there just wasn't a whole lot of raid gear that had spirit and hit. But like the Hood of Hexing, I know there's no meta slot, but being able to get 28 spirit of that is pretty nice, and it has hit rating on it. And this one is dubious, but since it's got the spirit on it and a decent amount of spell power, and if you're using it with low Laziv, they're actually two pretty nice pieces. It drives your item level down a bit, but you know. And I never found a good spirit cloak, but this is a fairly nice piece. And this is from the badge gear. This is a very nice piece. Spirit and hit. Combine them, you get spit. Let me check here real quick. Okay, that looks good. This is nice. Spirit. And because all the pieces that were healing, because they, you know, it's like 3 times as much healing as they have damage, since everything was converted to spell power, the healing pieces that I had in my DPS set are now just DPS pieces. Now the only real distinction for this spec between healing and DPS gear is hit rating, which you don't need when you're healing. Like those a lot. And you did lose, I didn't mention in the talents, but there is no improved prayer of spirit anymore that gives 10% of spirit as spell power. There's a little bit of a loss there. And this was not a healing piece, but it had hit rating, and I was able to put spirit on it, and it had a fair amount of spell power. This was a healing piece that I was using just because it had a crap load of spirit. This is a really nice piece I was able to put some spirit into without losing the socket bonus. This was healing, and now it's a great damage piece. This was also a healing piece, but since it's converted to spell power, it's really good for the spec. Like I have I have a lot of spirit. Badge legs, very nice. Hit and spirit. Badge feet, hit and spirit. And this was a healing piece, but now, you know, it's spell power, so it's got spirit and spell damage. Already covered that. This is just a really nice piece. A lot of spell power, and you get more out of your potions. And I managed to get this. Freaking had a tank and a healer roll against me on this, because they're freaking douchebags. People who was in my guild, and funny thing is they transferred to another guild, or to another server. The guild went over there because the population is too low here, and then like 1 million people came back to the server, and apparently on launch day it's going to be freaking brutal on those high population servers. Super long wait times to get in, but if you're on a low population or previously low population server, not going to be that bad. So spirit and, you know, spell power are the most important things. Int, stamina, crit rating, not so important. There is... Oh, I haven't gotten all my glyphs yet, but the ones I did grab was... the Glyph of Smite is nice because if you have the Holy Fire dot on the target, your smites do 20% more damage, which is nice. And straight up damage and healing on Holy Nova 20%. And they appear to have reduced the mana cost of Holy Nova. You can spam it longer, so, and it still generates no threat from either the damage or healing, which makes it quite overpowered. This is nice, just not having a reagent. And being able to shackle 5 yards further is kind of nice. So this is what I grabbed for now. Oh, and in Shadow, instead of having to spend 5 points, you only have to spend 3 points. But instead of doubling your spirit... Wait. I didn't actually look at this that close. But I could have sworn it was 100% rate, and they dropped it to 83, but I do notice that I have a slightly less mana regen, very slightly less mana regen afterwards, But I do have about a unbuffed, just spamming on the training dummies, which I love that the training dummies are back. I don't have to go out to Dr. Boom anymore. Completely unbuffed, just spamming Smite. I was around 900 DPS before pre-patch, and now sitting 1300, so that's a nice little bump. And I can spam Holy Nova for longer, and it does a little bit more damage. That's nice too. What I thought I'd do now is go through and go kill some things to kind of demonstrate how a lot of this works. I am still playing on my gamepad, which just makes things so much better. Minimize this. Okay. I think I'm going to skip these guys over here and go right to the Sun Fury people. Because I could buff up. I'll gather them up like a freaking pally. Hopefully there's some up here. Yeah, there we go. Isn't he coming? There we go. For some reason I do not have my health bars. There we go. Like I said, the mana regen, pretty amazing. Already back to 100%. And all this, and you can still heal the crap out of yourself, which I think I don't see oh, sorry, little video card stutter there. I don't see Shadow being able to kill stuff any faster than this. So the cooldown on Holy Fire... Oh my god, why does it keep doing that? The cooldown on Holy Fire is a little bit longer than the dot lasts, so you can't have 100% uptime on the dot. And most of these things seem kind of like a joke. Especially, and the Spirit Tap buff still gives a, I don't know, I think it's about 150 spell power. Sometimes it's better just to wait a second till your Holy Fire is back up. Yeah, I would have to get resisted to not three-shot these things. And as you can see, if I get a flash of light crit or proc, it looks more like a two-shot. Maybe I should try to pull a bunch. It is weird how much content people are still trying to run, because everything is just so ridiculously easy now that it almost doesn't seem like there's much of a point. I've been playing my pally a lot, so I'm like, where are the buttons? Where are the buttons? Now, granted, even in the starting areas, the mobs in Lich King have a significantly more health, but still, it's not going to take long. Cycle to the right target, please. Yeah, this is going to make for some easy leveling. And I can still heal for a lot. Non-crit 5k greater heal. Oh, not now. Should be another summoner out there. There we go. It's basically impossible to run out of mana. Now, if you don't have quite as good gear, the mana might not come that easily, but it'll still come pretty good. I mean, you can do a Holy Nova spam and have 100% mana by the time you're done looting. If you're just going target to target, even if you don't have that much spirit, you'll get it back. I guess I'm done with them. And I know dual spec is available, but if you're fairly well geared, as I am, you won't really you won't really need the dual spec until you're actually like raiding or running heroics or something. And I can just do both jobs. I'm going to have a hit set and a non-hit set. I am really surprised by the number of people out here. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want the herb. Yeah, what I've been spending this time doing is leveling a paladin to 70, getting his mining and his jewel crafting high enough. And a lot of people think you have to max, they make the mistake of thinking they have to max their, get to 375 for the expansion, but cobalt bombs, and cobalt is the new mineral, they start at 350, so you don't really need to go past 350. And I think any profession to start progressing in Lich King. But I had a character with no profession, so I made him a jewel crafter inscriptionist, and I got the jewel crafting up to like 330, and I think I had the inscription around 250, so that's probably what I'm doing this weekend. Do I still need any of these? Yeah. And these guys can be a pain. He stuns me before I kill him. Oh, he took 4 hits. Oh. And when I screw up, it's easy. So yeah, I think if you're just chain pulling mobs one at a time, even if your gear isn't great, so just like spirit and spell power, basically healing pieces. So yeah, with any with consumables and like group buffs, it won't be hard to hit like, I'm almost hitting 3k. Smite crits as it is. Yeah, I am surprised. I guess, I don't know, I just don't see the appeal of running dungeons and raids on God mode. It doesn't seem that fun, and I don't... Spending the time trying to get a character a slight improvement in their gear right before Lich King comes out, and unless you are wearing like epics, the original pieces that they get are better than blues. So going around and running dungeons and trying to get like low grade epics out of those dungeons, or like badge gear. Badge gear actually is pretty good, but they're very expensive. It takes lots of runs to get them. But like a slight improvement in your gear isn't as good as just making money. Maybe that's why you see so many people out here doing dailies, but making money, working professions, leveling alts, seems like a much better way to use your time. Well, this has been your brief guide to the Smite Priest in Wrath of the Lich King, at least as far as leveling. I will do another one when raids are going, and I can try out the other specs. I know they've made some... Shadow got an AoE, which is pretty nice. But then they gave the mana regen... the unique... That's one thing that goes away in Lich King is class uniqueness, because there are several things that only one class could do, and now, like the mana thing, other classes can do it also. I don't recall off the top of my head which class or classes can do that, but it's not unique to a Shadow Priest anymore. So Tuesday, like 4 days from now, Wrath of the Lich King launches, and I am really looking forward to it. I will be doing another video updating Gladiator Spec with my warrior, because for some reason my Smite Spec video, or my Smite Spec stream video, and my Gladiator Spec video did not get that much attention from the YouTube algorithm until Prepatch came out, and they're no longer relevant. And then YouTube wants to show them to everybody. Like, I felt like I needed to do an update on these. I'll probably be doing the Gladiator Spec update on Saturday, which is a couple days from now. Well, this was your guide to Smite Spec in Prepatch and leveling for Wrath of the Lich King. It was a fairly short stream, but there wasn't really that much to get through. Hey, happy killing out there. Looking forward to Lich King. Hope to see you there. You all have a great day.